Hello everyone, welcome to a documentation of Fairy Jank in this game, and honestly that's the best way I can think of putting it. Long story short, this game has a lot of bugs, and a lot of them are associated with the pet class in this game. Well, pet classes, but I will be talking mainly from a scholar point of view, since I just don't play Summoner, but I'm sure that some of these tidbits of knowledge might actually also apply to Summoner because of how pet classes work. To get started, here's an age-old question. Why does my pet, and in this case Eos, keep on eating my skills? I cast Whispering Dawn! Eos, it's been 10 seconds! Where the bloody hell is Whispering Dawn? And I have a couple reasons why as to why it might be the case, but the first one is fairies can't cast skills if they are given a movement command or outside of activation radius. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, so when Eos is moving and given a movement command, right? So this is actually to get started real quick. Here is my movement macro in case you're wondering. But basically I'm commanding Eos to go to specific locations every single time. In the event that I cast a skill in between this, notice how Eos isn't casting that skill. Eos, I told you to cast Whispering Dawn, where is it? Yeah, no, she's not doing it. Oh, there she is. Now why did that happen? So at the very end there, I actually kind of messed up, but she reached a point in which she could consider herself, I've fulfilled the previous command. You can think of fairies as like having a priority list. If fairies had like a list of things to do, movement would always take top priority, and then skills and other things that they have to do would take second and third. In this case, I was constantly overriding Eos's. Basically, I was commanding her to move, and since movement takes first priority, she was forced to take this path and constantly readjust because I was overriding her first priority over and over and over, right? Now, the moment that she fulfills that command, she can fulfill the second command, which is Whispering Dawn. You can essentially make fairies hold their skills for upwards of like 30 seconds, and I've done it, I think I did it with Illumination upwards of 45 seconds, but at that point you're gambling with a fairy just losing their skill to memory. Another little thing is that you have an activation radius around yourself, so if the fairy gets in range of you, they will be able to cast a skill, assuming they don't have a movement command that was given to them earlier. The second part is Serif Jank. So, if you've played any amount of if you've played any amount of Scholar during Shadowbringers, you've probably realized the fact that Serif tends to eat skills. For example, do Whispering Dawn into Serif. The animation played, but no buff. Serif overtakes like entire priority of everything. Summon Serif, it just takes everything. And if you cast like Constellation at too late, same thing applies. The leaving animation takes priority, and even if the animation plays, doesn't matter. Skill isn't actually affecting the party. It's due to this that I recommend casting if you are doing like a fairy skill, right? You want to cast Fey Blessing to your party before summoning Serif. I recommend doing like one GCD and then going into it, right? That way you at least can confirm. It takes like one GCD for these skills to like fully activate, so yeah, that's how much leeway you have to give them, really. Another thing to note before I talk more about Serif, because there is one more thing about when to cast your last skill. I want to show you a few things. No, why did I do that? I want to show you something about Embrace and Seraphic Veil. So these are the GCD skills that fairies have. It's their basic heal, right? It restores target to HP, and then Seraphic Veil is the upgraded version that Serif gets when summoned Serifed. So these are more or less Eos's GCD, and all these skills that we have for her are OGCDs in a sense. These skills, Embrace, take complete priority over whatever Eos is doing. So if I was to give her the command to do Whispering, Fey Blessing, I can't remember my skills. I'm a good scholar, trust me. But yeah, if I gave her the command to do Whispering Dawn while she's casting Embrace, Whispering Dawn will come second. If I do it like, oh gosh, I'm running out of time. Do it here. Yeah, still comes second. Embrace is priority. Their GCD skills are priority. However, Embrace can be cast if Eos gets in range. Doesn't matter if she has a movement command, she will still cast Embrace. The thing is though, when she's casting Embrace, she loses all mobility. So notice how every time Eos casts Embrace, it takes a moment for her to do that, and then she gets back to where she is. I feel like this is a remnant of Stormblood because Embrace used to actually have a cast time. And when Shadowbringers first released, it was like, oh, they removed the cast time for Embrace, sweet. But in reality, she still has that cast time, she just can't move while it's going. She's just... she just instant casts it, but she has a cast time for movement. I don't understand. Right, so what does this mean exactly, in the sense of Seraph, right? With Seraph, you want to, you don't want to ever cast skills after, like, 3 seconds of Seraph timer, and let me show you why. So, because of that previously said statement of, hey, Whispering Dawn, not Whispering Dawn, Embrace and Seraphic Veil take priority, in the event that Seraph is casting Seraphic Veil, she can't go on to the next skill until she's finished that animation. So at 3 seconds is when I would say is your last second time to like actually cast a skill, otherwise this happens. You use Consolation, yeah, so Consolation didn't actually affect me because it got eaten. So my suggestion for that is to just use Consolation at 3 seconds or more. Don't cast it after that, because chances are it's going to get eaten. And if you have high ping, it's probably even worse. It might even be 5 seconds for you if you have like 200 MS. I don't know, I don't live in Australia. But yeah, that's really there is to it. This class is jank. Pet classes are jank in general. In summary, if your fairy isn't casting skills, it's probably because it's chasing after you. You can also store skills for an indefinite period of time, although it wears off after a given amount of time due to memory issues. And yeah, Seraph, don't cast skills before right summoning Seraph, and don't cast skills after about 3 or 4 seconds on the Seraph timer, or else it's gone. Kablooey. That's all there is from me. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a good one.